Howdy, Possum Patty here, and happy Monday. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, and well, not only is it Monday, a new week, it is a new month. Happy April. Everybody's looking forward to some beautiful spring weather and the flowers blooming. Yeah, but we're supposed to get another nor'easter, maybe rain, maybe a little bit of the S word this week. But no matter, spring is on its way, and we're so happy about that. And yeah, the mess on the desk is still here. I did come in and do a little journaling during my quiet time. I will show you that. I got another page ready to go, and I had some more ideas, and I started dragging out some more things. So journaling for me has just become sort of like an ongoing process. It's just like, well, today I'm going to do this, and tomorrow I'm going to do that. And it's just kind of flowing. My journaling is just kind of flowing, one thing into another, and a page in this journal and a page in that journal. And, it's just like life, one day after another. You can't compartmentalize what I'm doing. It's just continuous, working in different journals and having a play. And did you know that yesterday, March 31st, was National Crayon Day? Yeah, I know. My last video was about crayons, and I didn't realize that it was National Crayon Day. And I have one more pack of crayons to share with you. And this is also from the Dollar Tree. And I hadn't seen these before. I don't know how new they are, but they're BIC crayons. Now, I know BIC makes a lot of pens and different products like that. I had never seen their crayons before. I'm looking to see if there is a date on the back. I don't see one. But, BIC USA is, their headquarters is in Connecticut, and I'm in Connecticut. So I was very interested in trying out these crayons, yes. And these are paperless crayons, no wrappers, no mess, it says. And it says they are break resistant. And there are 16 in here, and it seems like they're very tall. You remember those crayons that I was playing with the other day, these Mike and Ike crayons. Look at the difference in the size here already. All right, so this is going to be fun. So we will take out the crayons first in case some folks dropped by just to see these new crayons, BIC Kids from the Dollar Tree. And then after that, we'll settle down and do some journaling. So come on along. Cute package with the little smiley face down here. I wish this was a window, though. It's kind of like a faux window to see the crayons on the inside. And I did look again, and there is a date. It's in Roman numerals. So we have MMXX. So M is 1,000, X is 10, so 20. So these crayons did come out in 2020. It does say non-toxic there. And they also make markers, coloring pencils, and combo packs in the BIC Kids collection. Let me know if you've seen these before, or if you've tried them out, or if you like them. And so then I went back and I had a question about the crayons from the last video. And these were from the Kangaroo Toy Company. And I looked all over the package, and nowhere did I see the words non-toxic. And so I emailed the company, and they got right back to me and let me know that their crayons are non-toxic. See, I was a little worried that if you hand a little kid some crayons that looked like candy, they would start eating them. And I was like, oh, I hope they're non-toxic, especially if they smell like candy and they look like candy and they come in a candy box. I was like, well, I hope they're non-toxic. Yes. So the Kangaroo Toy Company did get right back to me and let me know that the crayons that I did review the other day are non-toxic. So good to know, and these are non-toxic too. Oops. So we're going to take a look at these. I am not going to do swatches. I'm going to do something a little different with these. Okay, we have 16 colors. Now, to me, these look naked. They look naked. Yes, do you like paper or you don't like paper? Are you of the team paper or team naked? Interesting. And I was talking about the size difference. Look at the size difference. But you do get 30 of these in a box, and you only get 16 of these. So you get twice as many colors, but this one you get twice the size. And I can't believe it is the morning dove o'clock already. Yes, today was a busy day. It went by pretty quickly. I see right off the bat black and white and a brownish color. I see a dark orange and a light orange. Maybe this one is red. And this one, we have kind of a golden color and a yellow color. And I see 3 blues that look all exactly alike, don't they? Maybe this one looks a little bit more purple. All right, we'll line them up as best we can. A light green, a dark green. And then, oh, maybe this is crimson. And then where does pink go in the rainbow? Where does pink go in the rainbow? We'll put it there. Okay. So this is what we have. I'll just do them quick on a piece of paper here so you can see. I'm not going to do white. Let's just see how they cover. Ooh, very creamy, yes. This is BIC. And I'm not afraid to press down with these because they're nice and big and thick. They're kind of waxy to hold, though. I don't know if you like how they feel without the paper on them. I like that color. It's like an Indian yellow or golden yellow, a bright yellow. All right, let's check on these blues. See, that this is something else I don't like. There's no paper, there's no name. And the box doesn't have any names for the colors. Oh, where's those Mike and Ikes? It was the same thing with the Mike and Ikes. I mean, they got these little swatches up there, but no names for the colors. You got to make up all your own names. And these blues are hard to tell apart. And they sort of look very similar, don't they? Yeah, the one that looks a little more purple is a little more like a violet. The other 2 blues look the same. I said I wasn't going to swatch, and I swatched. Never listen to what I say. Okay, this one might be a tad darker. I don't know. The difference between that and that. I'll hold it up closer in a sec. And then this is the darker purple. And then we have a light green and a dark green. All right, so here is the rainbow of colors. Nice coverage. Nice and creamy, bright colors. But again, look at those 2 blues. Now tell me if those are not the same. And that one's a little darker. And then the purple. Interesting. Unless it was packed wrong. Oh wait, here's the colors. I think one of those blues is supposed to be quite a bit lighter than the other one. I don't think these are very true. Nah, those colors aren't very true. Nah, that's just the printing on there. All right, so they passed that test. Oh, so I was thinking because they don't have the paper, you know when your crayons break and you get the little bits, but then you can hold it sideways and color in on the edge, you know, do a large area like this, that they would be good for that. That looks hollow. Look at the end of the crayon there. Why does it look so hollow? Can you see that? I hope they're not hollow all the way through. Oh, you know what? They kind of fit into each other, didn't they? All right. So I was thinking, that was my number one thought was, oh, I can turn it over and rub it on this side. And so my number two thought was, well, let's do a rubbing. And I got out an embossing folder. And I don't think I've used this one. I'm sure I got it at the flea market. And I don't know how old this is or where it came from. It's a 5x7 embossing folder. And I want to do the positive side, which is here. And this one is sort of feathers and then a little doodle design. So let's see, which of these colors? Oh, I love these two right here. Which was this one and this one. And maybe, I don't know, don't you want that one? I wish there was a lighter blue. Maybe this one, okay. Or maybe we'll do yellow too. We'll do primary colors. Primary colors with a pink. I have no idea how this is going to look. Doesn't matter. We're just playing with these crayons. Let's see. Isn't that pretty? Trying to get all those little dots in between. Okay, I'm going to put some yellow, I think. I love this yellow. I'm giving this yellow a thumbs up already. Now you can go very lightly and just get the high points, but I'm trying to get a little extra color on there, so I'm trying to go in between some of the high points there. And I'm going to run the yellow into the pink a little bit. Let's try, let's see, yellow and blue would go together. So run it up in there a little bit. Will that look green? Oh, these are feathers. This is reminding me that, you know, day after a holiday and the family that we're staying over is gone and big get-together is over and we're winding down, but I still had a lot of errands to do and laundry and things like that. And so we're out and about and coming down the road, and Mr. Possum says, "What's that?" Big thing in the middle of the road. And it was a giant tom turkey. And man, he was strutting his stuff. He was strutting his stuff. And one female turkey. I guess it's turkey breeding season. Must be turkey breeding season. Time for the turkeys to do their turkey trot. I like these crayons. You know, I'm such a Crayola snob myself. I mean, Crayolas are my fave. But the Mike and Ikes weren't bad. The Mike and Ikes, they were nice and creamy. A lot of colors. I was afraid to press hard, though, with them because they were so small and thin. But these are very sturdy, or they seem to be, or they are so far. See, I'm trying to get some purple there with this pink and blue. So I wanted some orangey. Just have like one color just kind of blending down into the next. Some extra yellow on there. Well, I think that's very pretty. Look how nice that came out. Very nice, very nice. All right, well, that didn't take long. Here are my little swatches. I may have to put these in my other journal where I keep my crayon swatches because I'm loving these crayons right now. And yes, perfect for this. And if you don't have an embossing folder, my goodness, you can use anything as a rubbing. Anything with a little bit of a textured surface, you can do a rubbing with. So I'll look for some other items from around the house to have a play, but right now, where's my package? Right now, I am giving these crayons, yes, 2 thumbs up. Look at that. I would never have known that. Never, never, never. Well, I should see if they have the markers at the Dollar Tree and give them a try too. All right, so I'm going to clear the deck and show you a journal page that I finished and maybe work on another one. What did I just say? I was going to put the crayons away and not do swatches. And as soon as I turned off the camera, I was like, well, let me just grab my journal and stick this really nice rubbing that I made in there with the crayons. And I was like, well, maybe I'll do some swatches. Yeah, maybe I'll do some swatches. And I took a picture of the box because that's what I did for the Mike and Ike's on this side. These are some of my crayon swatches here. Lots of crayons to celebrate National Crayon Day. Confetti crayons over here. And there's another page, but I'll link that video below. That was the last video, yeah. So I was going to put this here, but he looks kind of naked, doesn't he? I think I need to do some colors around him and then do a couple of swatches there. So I'm just going to scribble over here. Okay, this is peel and, whoops, peel and stick. Might have to put a little glue on here though, because crayons can be waxy. So we'll just help that picture stick down a little bit there. With some Fabri-Tac. These usually stick very well, but crayons are waxy. Okay, now let's see how many. We got 16. I could do what? 4, 4, 4. Divide this up. I'm not going to do like one of these charts. I'm just going to do some scribbles. This is going to be a scribbly swatch. So let's see, divide that in half. So let's see, so we got white, and I'll outline that with some black. So that was like April Fool's on me. I wasn't going to do this, but here it is. No paper, no names, good for rubbings. And so I put the rubbing in there, and I got the color swatches, and the picture of the box, and the date. And the date. Yes, look, lots of crayons here. Stay tuned for more crayon play. So the other day, I just came in here and I sat down, and I think I was going to put my computer here and work on something for just a couple minutes. But there were some crumbs on the table. And crumbs for me are little bits of ephemera or pieces of images or pictures or junk or anything that I leave here to inspire me to get going with the next journaling page. And sometimes they work just a little too well because, yeah, I came in here for one reason, and these things were sitting here, and I said, well, let me just move these out of the way, and then I'll put my computer down and do whatever it was I was going to do at the time. And you might remember when I was journaling the other day, well, I hauled these little gnomes. They're adorable, aren't they? And I said, these are from the Dollar Tree. I said I was going to just stick one like a bookmark into my little gnome journal. And then when I get to it, you know, I'll paste them in. So I just was going to move these out of the way, and I was like, well, let me just paste them in so he doesn't get lost, and I'm just going to glue him to a page, right? And so I had thought about putting him on this page because I love the oranges. But, you know, he was a little too tall, and I'm like, well, I can find a page, you know, he looks good on green. And then there was one with dots, and I said, well, this one's nice too. And I was like, no, you know what? I really like them on that orange page. It's in the middle there. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I bet you I have some more scraps because I made these signatures with scraps of paper. I bet you I have more scraps of this somewhere. This is actually a Christmas pack from Michael's. And so I found a piece big enough to do a page. So there he is with his oranges in the background. So I glued that paper down and I stuck him there. And I was like, okay, now he's in the journal. And I'm like, well, you know what? I have the stickers that go with this pack. So I went over to the shelf and I found them. And these are the stickers that go with that paper pack. And I said, well, let me just decorate them a little bit. Let me just decorate them a little bit. So I took out this deer because, you know, gnomes, they love to be in the woodland. So they had this large deer sticker and it had mushrooms and, oh, all these little leaves and anise flowers and little birds. Just very pretty. I stuck them there. I said, well, that looks good. Let's balance him out and put a mushroom sticker on this side to reflect the mushrooms over there. And I was loving this. And then I'm like, of course, I'm going through the sticker book, right? And I just started pulling things out. Well, let me put a little leaf on his hat. Those colors go really nice. And I'm looking through the sticker book going, well, the star anise could be like, this could be like a little cluster. How cute is that? And then I'm like, well, you know, there's a little bird there. What if I add another little bird here? And this actually came from another scrap of paper from the same paper pack. And I cut out the little bird there. And oh, you can see that there's same deer are on this paper here. But it was easier just to put the sticker than to try to cut that out. So I have this cute little bird there looking up at him. I might have to get closer with him. He's so small. Look at that. It's so cute right there. Let me show it. Can you see? Yeah, so I had that cute little bird right there looking up at the gnome. And I have this beautiful woodland deer and the oranges in the background. I'm like, there's another bird on this paper. So I cut him out. And I was sitting on a branch, so I put him here at the top of the hat. And I'm loving this. I'm thinking, he looks like a Sylvester. And the name Sylvester kept popping into my head. And of course, there's letters in this pack, right? So I ripped a piece of scrap paper here and I took the letters for Sylvester. And I know it was just a fun little quiet sesh gluing these things into the journal. I was like, oh, I like that. That was fun. He's cute. He's in the journal. Oh, then I'm looking at his pocket. This is the last finishing touch, right? I took a little tiny orange. I don't remember. Was this a sticker? No, this is a paper. I cut it out of the paper. There were oranges in the pack. There were orange stickers, but they were too large. And I wanted something smaller. So I cut an orange out. I forgot which paper. I cut a little orange out. And I cut it in half. And I put half of it sticking up out of his pocket. But the pocket wasn't showing up really well. So I took a black pen and just kind of drew around his pocket a little bit like that. I was like, that's the finishing touch. Yes, he just needed a little piece of orange in his pocket to marry him to the, looks like wallpaper in the back now, doesn't it? To the wallpaper back there. and all the little woodland seams. So that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Just a quiet little journaling sesh. Popped in and glued some things down. Now I'm going to put this back on the shelf, but I want something to close this. This is still kind of creaky, and I want something to close this. And usually I use the headbands, but this is too small for the headband to hold closed and too large for me to wrap it around twice. So I was thinking maybe some ribbon to hold this closed. I have some gnome ribbon, some small gnome ribbon. It's pink for Valentine's Day, but I might use it for now until I find something different. I haven't opened this up yet, and this is from the Dollar Tree. And they're just little gnomes, and they're pink and red, and they're holding hearts. I know this is turning into a Dollar Tree sesh, isn't it? Yeah. Well, you know, if you buy all this stuff at the Dollar Tree, you got to use it, right? Supplies are fun to collect, but even more fun to use. Is this wired ribbon? No. Okay, let me see if I can just squish this cover down a little bit with the ribbon for now. I hope it holds it. Make it pretty tight, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. Alrighty, so I'm going to put this on the shelf. And the other bit of crumbs that I left on the table was my fun kitty boho journal. And I was going to do sort of like a Valentine Day because, you know, I was working on all those heart papers. And I got a dog, and it was like 45 years ago. On Valentine's Day, she was a rescue pup, and we rescued her on Valentine's Day. And I was just going to put her picture in here, because I did this one about St. Patrick's Day. And doing one for St. Patrick's Day, this was Jennifer's cat here with my fun shaker card. And then I said, well, I should do one for Valentine's Day. Yes, so I was going to take a piece of the gel printed paper and put it up in the corner here, so I can see those hearts. And I love these little pops of yellow here. And then I had this huge sticker. And it reminded me of Valentine's Day with the pinks. And it had that little green heart there that says love. And it's a flamingo. I know it's a flamingo. But I was like, what am I going to use this on? I wasn't really sure. And I'm like, it's just very festive. Reminds me of Valentine's Day. I said, I'm just going to use that sticker right now. I'm sure some point in the future, I'm going to say to myself, oh, today I really need a flamingo cupcake. And I wish I hadn't used it on that journal page, 6 months ago, because now I really need one. No, that's not going to happen. Okay. Oh, so I have this random scrapbook paper and a huge lot of paper that I got from the flea market. Nice Valentine's Day with the hearts. And I found this actually after I made this other heart paper. No problem. And I thought I would make a little tuck spot here. Okay. But I was just going to glue the cupcake to the paper. And I went to pull it off the piece of plastic that it was on. And I'm like, you know what? I really like the look of that acetate plastic and how shiny it makes the paper look, because the cupcake itself is so shiny. And it just sort of all went together. And I'm like, I'm going to leave the sticker on the acetate And I went over to the sewing machine and I sewed the acetate, the plastic backing, to the scrapbook paper to make the tuck. I said, well, that's different. That's different. Yes, always interested in finding something different to do, right? So I'm going to put this up here, and then I'm going to put this down here and only glue two sides to make a tuck, like that. And I just like the way it looked. And this is very matte, and this is very shiny, and I like that contrast. And then I took another scrap of that paper, and this is going to be the journaling card. Oh, I think I was going to put the picture of the puppy here. This is Shannara. This is Shannara. She's kind of just like Janet Nash's Freddie, only golden. Only golden. Yeah, she was the sweetest dog ever. And then when I ripped the white off of this gel plate print, I saved a little bit of the edge and I used that to write on to do my journaling. Nothing goes to waste, right? And it says, our Valentine Day rescue pup. And her name was Shannara. And I got that name from a series of sci-fi fantasy books called Sword of Shannara. And I just love that name, Shannara. And this is her at Sleeping Giant Park. And this is in Hamden, Connecticut. And I was going to put that like that. So this is going to be this card. And then I decided, you know, you get that little information edge at the top of your scrapbook paper. And the back of it had candy hearts on it. And I was like, oh, I can make this pretend washi tape. And there should be two of them somewhere around here. There's another one of these. And I was just going to glue little strips in the corner like some pretend washi tape like that. So that's my plan. Well, I think the tuck is dry enough right now. I just love fun, colorful pages. Let me move some stuff. And the journal card. She was so precious. Shannara. Everybody loved her. And she's just going to go in the pocket. All right. I think it'll just fit in here. Oh, yes. Just perfect. Perfect. Stay down. I might have to put some more glue on that, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Very fun, very fun. Okay. This is getting chunky. This is getting chunky. I have some more things I want to put in here, but right now I think I'm going to put it on the shelf and make room for the next journal. Well, I can't believe how late it is already. Yes, but I got 3 pages done. I did the color swatches, which I wasn't going to do. I did a whole page for Sylvester the Gnome, which I wasn't going to do. And I did the page for Shannara, my Valentine Day pup, which I had planned to do, but 3 pages done. And so now I'm going to leave some crumbs for Emma. Emma is my shabby chic. I'm using her for spring. And there's Emma. I haven't gotten a lot done in here yet, but I'm still working on my surgery pages. I did a peep page. Yeah, so the other day, you might remember I pulled out this card and I said, I have to use this because it's a garden gate. And I think this might be perfect for a little picture of the little mini irises that come up in my yard. They're very early, even before the daffodils come up, the iris come up. And I thought if I cut that garden gate just right, and I can make it open up, and I can put the little irises behind there and do a little journaling about them, and that'll be like the next page. And I have a few more things actually I want to put in here too. Oh, well, better stop. I'm going to stop right now, yes. So, promise for tomorrow, and a few other things sitting here that I need to go through too, that I want to put into the journal. So, thanks for coming along for just a little bit of a journaling play today. And I want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Bye bye.